The What It Takes Radio Company. We help you reach your audience and bring your message to life. And today it's Transformation Zone time. Time for a conversation. And today, will a big transformation begin at noon on Monday, January the 20th? Well, let's talk about that. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Transformation Zone conversations on this supposedly transformation weekend. Now, what does that mean? Well, I think many of you know a little bit of the situation, and that is that Donald Trump on the end of this weekend, on Monday, is going to be inaugurated as the 45th and now 47th President of the United States. And he has promised that there will be a massive transformation of how government is done and how it will do things differently and how possibly society, and particularly the way that the United States government and the United States governance will be done. Not just a change, but a transformation. Well, what do you think? What do you believe? What are you going to do? So today I'd like to just take a few minutes on this Friday flowing into the weekend to introduce a word to you, maybe an idea that would be helpful to you, and something that you need to start doing starting now. I'm Stan Houston. The program begins right now.
What's up, Doc?
Actually, it goes back some time when Barack Obama became president of the United States in 2008 election, 2009. Just previous to that, he said that he was going to fundamentally transform the country. That's what he said. That he believed that his election was a turning point, and of course, in many ways, it was. He was the first African American to become president, and the ideas that he thought were transformational, and it was not just going to change; it would be transforming. Well, how did that work out? Well, some of us would say, well, 16 years, we don't know if it's something we want. Well, obviously, when Donald Trump was elected, it was because there were a number of people who were obviously unhappy with the status quo of Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris. So it wasn't a huge landslide, but the people spoke quite clearly, and Donald Trump received the majority of the vote, and he received a significant majority of the electoral vote, which was necessary, and he was then elected, selected, whatever you want, but there you go, and he will be inaugurated on Monday. And starting at 12 o'clock, supposedly the transformation will begin. It will be interesting to see. Mr. Trump has promised that he will probably be signing 100 plus executive orders, literally, on that same day. It will be quite a news story as to what it will be. Now, that's why, as I spoke with Kevin and Joe and my other emerging friends like you in the Transformation Zone, we were not going to, cozy up and just simply be another one of those persons who will try and speculate on what those transformations might be and what our opinion of them will be. Everybody is doing that, and we're not. But we are aware that that is certainly a point of conversation. And so we will be a part of the conversation, but always do two things. 2 words: be different. If everybody else is doing it, don't. Do something different. So what we would like you to do is just become a little bit of an observer, not a partisan. Obviously, many of you have partisan and different political points of view and things like that. But oftentimes what we would tell people, if they really want to have what we would call a coaching mindset, a mindset in which you could help people make good decisions, is just watch closely. Be an observer, not a judger, not a recommender, not a decider, but an observer. And so one of our heroes would be a rabbit. That's right, a rabbit. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. The cartoon character of Bugs Bunny. And we could go back, and it might be fun to look under YouTube and find out all of the little parts, and maybe we'll even find some. Maybe we'll try and do that. Maybe you do that. Find them for me, where Bugs Bunny is saying his classic words.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? In effect, what's going on? And I have often said in my consulting and coaching, I'm Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? What's going on? Tell me, can you figure out what's going on? Well, I'm simply going to ask you, as this week's end starts to flip in to the beginning of the week, hey, in effect, commit to being what we call POI. POI. People of Issachar. People of Issachar. Now, is that word familiar to you? Probably not. Well, let me tell you a little bit of the story behind it. One of the great kings of ancient Israel is King David, who really put the modern state of Israel. By the way, the modern state of Israel is not 1947. The modern state of Israel goes back about 3,000 years, when, quote, the people of the Jewish heritage, which was not used, in effect, the people of Israel came together and they established a kingdom, a country, a deal. And he was the king. In fact, as I mentioned yesterday in our presentation, is that in effect, the Israeli flag today has, of course, the Star of David in it. And many of us know that when those people who were Jews in Europe were, branded with the yellow that identified them as Jews and they could be picked on, that same star was put on them, the Star of David, the way of identifying who was a Jew. Well, please keep in mind, as I said, David was a warrior. Yeah, he was a tough guy. This is the guy who put down who? Yeah, Goliath. And people say, well, that's you sure a slingshot? Well, there's not an indication that the giant was killed by a slingshot. The indication in the story was that he dropped, boom. Now, if you think about it, if you would take your thumb, which would be the effect of what some people would call a shotgun slug. That's a shotgun that doesn't shoot shots, but it shoots a slug of metal. And if you would put a shotgun slug right in a man's forehead, it could be pretty serious. And supposedly, if the stories are right, that when you would get one of those slingshots going, that there is a good chance that if you were good at it, that slug might literally come close to rifle velocity. So it's very possible. Boom, down he went. Well, then the coup de grace was, of course, that he went out and cut off his head. The warrior. It was said that David had what were called the people. It was a tribal group within the kingdom called the people of Issachar, the men and women of Issachar. Issachar. And the line was in their advising of King David. It was said they understood the times and knew what Israel should do. Understood the times. What's up, Doc? What should we do? Now, all I'm asking you to do for your own well-being, this isn't about me, and it isn't about Trump, and it isn't about, Barack Obama, and it isn't about what the United States government and the United States leadership is all about. It's about you, maybe me, maybe us together, because who knows, we might work together to help each other. I would hope we could do that. But what about you? What's going on? And here you go. What should we now say, express ourselves? What should we become? And what should be our cause, the because? And what should we do? Issachar, P-O-I, the people of Issachar understood the times and knew what to do. Now, I believe that's some of the profound wisdom we need. In fact, I'm encouraging some of the people who live under the faith banner that I do, that just simply say that word, Issachar. It is actually a bit of a one-word prayer. You're saying, help me to understand the times. Give me wisdom. Give me courage. Help me to understand what I should say, what I should be, and what I should do, so that I and the people I love and care for, and of course, the commonwealth of all, the year 25 will be a year that we will thrive. Human flourishing. As my good friend Joe Pine has done, he somewhat quoted me when I say that if your business or your organization is not in the work of helping human beings flourish, it's probably a racket. If your business does not help people flourish, it's probably a racket. So I'm done. Thank you for your time. But as you go into the transformation zone and the transformation proclaimed times, what about you? Be a POI. Seek to know what's up, Doc? What's going on? Knowing, understanding the times, and knowing what to say, how to express, what to write, what to create, what to be, and what do you want to become, and what do you want to because, and then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just a few words. Let it sit on your head for a while. Maybe stir your mind, maybe even touch your heart. And then share it with others. Reach out to me, stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. We are looking forward to what's going to happen next. And that in 25, we will do more of the right things and less of the stupid and wrong things, and that we will live better starting now. Best and blessings in your new becoming. And bye for now.